Hello, my fair friends. I'm Ruby Ruse. This is Baby Bunny, and welcome to Fairy Fortunes, where folklore is real, magic is action, and fluffy bunnies represent the power of imagination. So I do hope you'll subscribe to this channel for all of our magical content. With this video, I'm just gonna start with the rabbit in the room right at the beginning of the video. Bunny Mom! The rabbit in the room today is that, you know what, my channel has grown large enough now where I seem to have attracted the attention of internet trolls, and I've started receiving some online harassment. Yay! And the truth of the matter is that it hurt my feelings. I was really grateful to my friend and fellow YouTube creator, Beanbag Hagwag, who reminded me that she made a video on the very topic of online harassment, which actually was in response to another video made by a pair of creators, Joey Morris and Benabel Wen. So I went back and rewatched those videos. And if you're curious, those videos are linked in the description box down below, so I do hope you'll go and check out those great videos. And I'd have to say that one of the things that I really appreciated about both those videos is that none of those creators advocated that you should just get over it. Because it is normal to have an emotional reaction, because that's the whole point of online harassment, is to generate an emotional response. And that really got me to thinking about another video I had made regarding curses. Not only do I believe that the very first basic symptom of a curse is an intense emotional response, but I also advocate that curses are the easiest form of magic to do. I hate you is a very powerful magical curse, and what's even worse about that is that you don't have to have any magical training to cast that, nor do you even have to believe in occult magic to cast it and do damage with it. And that's why I think that online harassment from internet trolls is so painful, because it's a curse. It is a powerful magical spell. And it takes time to get over a curse. And sometimes a curse causes so much personal damage that you kind of have to do a bit of magical surgery, if you will, to remove them. Now, I go into a lot of detail on how to remove curses in that video that I just mentioned. So if you want to learn about that process, I will have that video linked for you down below in the description box. But in regards to internet trolls and online harassment, I just want to reiterate a couple of points from that video. In her online harassment video with Benabel Wen, Joey Morris said something that really resonated with me. She said that just focusing on positives is never the answer for her. So she's observed that when she does get a negative comment and experiences this online harassment and it really gets to her, she feels that it's because that comment has touched on something that she herself is worried about, or something that she believes is true about herself. So she advocates that you take that power back and use that negativity to influence self-improvement. And I really just loved that about that video. And when it comes to curses, that act of self-improvement, of taking that power back, to me, I think that's very akin to something I call addressing the fuel source. So in a curse, if it's really affecting you, something in your own belief structure or a past trauma has reared its ugly head and is feeding that curse and making that "I hate you" comment, or whatever the comment is, whatever the curse is, it's feeding into that and making it powerful. And not only that, a curse can get stronger over time and cause some very tangible damage in your life if you don't look at that belief or that past trauma and find a way to navigate through that and do some self-improvement work. Another point from that video that I want to repeat is that if someone has cursed you, it's because they're trying to restore their own personal power. So when an online troll uses harassment, it really is, I feel, because they feel diminished and helpless. And I think that I became the target for some of these trolls because they felt that I had personally taken their power away from them. Now, I do think that curses are very easily broken, often by just making an apology and then sometimes following up with making amends and making restitution. But I think that really only applies when there's a legitimate connection to either the person or the situation. Because sometimes a person's helplessness really has nothing to do with you personally. So in the videos by Beanbag Hagwag and Jory Morris and Benabel Wen, they are largely discussing online harassment from generally cis men to female-presenting people. These types of trolls in this circumstance are just threatened by female presence. That's it. If you're a woman, they feel that you're taking their power away from them the moment you open your mouth. And the other thing is that online trolls are largely looking to wound and maim anyone they can. And so if they get to me, if they cause harm to me, they're going to be temporarily delighted by that, but they're just going to move on to the next target no matter what my reaction is, because it's not about me. It's about them and their pain and this idea that they have that somehow by hurting others, that's somehow going to alleviate their own pain. And that's just not ever going to work for them, because until a troll is willing to do some self-reflection and understanding that pain and the hard work of navigating through that pain, there really is nothing that anyone ever can do to help them. So you really can't feed the trolls. And what I mean by that is that when you respond to them and try to catch them in a lie, or if you present them with some factual information, or otherwise engage with them anyway, you're establishing connection. And connection is pretty powerful magic all on its own. And actually, I think it's one of the primary components of an effective curse. If I was just a convenient target for an internet troll, their pain isn't my responsibility. But if I engage with them, I've established a connection. And now it is personal. And now I am responsible for their pain. So there is a very magical reason why you don't want to feed the trolls. The unfortunate reality that I think I'm going to have to come to terms with is that if I want to continue being a public figure on YouTube, I am opening myself up as a target to other people's personal pain. When an internet troll casts their little curse by leaving a harassing comment, I am going to be affected by that. How much damage it does to me, though, is really going to depend on my own personal belief, my own self-confidence, and in some cases, maybe some of my own personal traumas. So I guess that I'm going to have to do a lot of personal work if I want to continue to grow this channel. I'm also going to have to acknowledge that I'm probably going to make some mistakes on this channel. I mean, we have to acknowledge that it is quite possible to create content that is offensive and harmful, even if it's and people make mistakes. You know, people are ignorant. So it is very possible to create offensive content. And if I do find myself in that position, well, then I'm going to have to make apologies and amends if I find myself in that place. But I am not responsible for someone's fear of female presence. A troll suffering from that has a lot of personal issues and personal work they have to do all on their own. If you have been the victim of harassment, I really urge you to consider seeking some legal help with that. And for that reason, I just want to draw your attention to the description box down below, because I have provided some resources that may be able to help you. I really hope that by looking at online harassment in the context of a magical curse has been both helpful and entertaining for you. And with that, have a magical day.